Friends, this is Satish Rawal and I am going to teach you today the interrogative. The interrogative simply means questions, right? Actually, all the questions fall in under 9 categories, right? The first one is yes no questions, right? What is yes no questions? Yes no question is simply a question when listener will answer yes or no, right? For example, if you say, do you like mangoes? Right, do you like mangoes? And people will answer, yes I do, and they may say, I don't, no I don't. So this kind of question, are you happy? Yes I am. Are they ready? Yes they are. Did he go there? Yes he did. So when you are actually answering yes no, and that's why the name of the questions are yes no questions, and they always begin with auxiliary or modals, right? Modals, why I am saying modals, because modals are the other ways when you say yes no questions. Suppose people ask me, can you fly a plane? I say I can't. No I can't. So I say no I can't. That's it. That is the complete answer. But here in this question they are using modal to make yes no questions, can. So auxiliary and modals are the words that we start with. You see, do you like mangoes? I have started with do here, right? Do. The next category is question word questions. Here is the game now. Question word questions are the words questions that start with question words, just like what, why, when, where, how, whom, who. Actually there are total 9 question words, and these questions words are used frequently in forming questions, but they are called question word questions because all these questions you are starting with question word, right? For example, what did you have for breakfast? What did you have for breakfast? Here I am using the word what. So this question is starting with what word. That's why it's called question word questions. Negative questions. Next one is negative question. What is this? Actually, we want to confirm something sometimes. When we talk to someone, we want to confirm something, and then we use question word questions, and you always say, don't you understand my problem? Can't you know what I want to tell you? So we are actually using can't and don't, right? And that's why it's called negative questions. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? I am starting actually negative word, negative contraction. That's why it's called negative questions. So isn't he happy? Isn't he happy? Again you see, it's a negative contraction. So negative questions are supposed to be started with negative contractions. The next one is echo questions. What is this echo? Echo questions, right? What is this? Actually, this is very much conversational English. When we talk to someone and they sometimes fail to hear what we say, and then they repeat the same sentence with one word. Just like if I say, suppose I am talking to my friend and I say, you know, I went to market yesterday and I bought a new t-shirt, right? Okay, and suppose the last word t-shirt he could fail to understand, and so he is asking me, you bought what? You bought what? So this kind of question is echo questions. One more example I am giving you. Suppose I say, you know, I am going to start a new business, and your friend says, you are going to start what? Actually, when people fail to hear a word or a phrase in your sentences, they repeat the same thing with an echo way, and that's why it's called echo question. It's very easy to understand what an echo question is. Echo questions are the questions when a person repeats your sentence with a few words, right? So The next one is reporting questions. That's very easy to understand. Reporting question is not direct question, right? Suppose my mama asked me something and I am telling you this. My mama asked me where I was going. Actually she asked me where are you going, but when I am representing this sentence I am saying my mama asked me where I was going, right? He wanted to know what I did. Actually he asked me what did you do, but I am speaking this sentence. When a question is reported by somebody else, said by somebody, and that's why it's called reporting questions, right? The next one is opinion questions. That's actually very easy to understand. Opinion questions are the questions we ask people to know their opinions, right? Suppose, do you think China is more powerful than America? Right. Actually, when we ask such questions, actually we want to know the opinion of other people, and that's why we ask such a, do you think China is more powerful than America? Do you think India is a great country? Do you think people speak good language? When do you think we start such questions? That's called opinion questions, because we always want to know the opinions of people, and that's why we are using opinion questions. The next one is musing. What is musing actually? Musing simply starts with I wonder. I wonder. When we start musing questions, we start with I wonder, right? When you say I wonder, that means we wonder actually when we did something. Suppose I say, I wonder where I left my keys. I wonder where I left my keys, right? Look what kind of question it is. Actually, when I left my home for office, I put my keys in my pocket, right? And when I arrived at the office, I search in my pocket, it's not there actually. And then I say, I wonder where I left my keys. So when you read this, musing started with I wonder. This phrase you have to keep in mind. I wonder how he played well. I wonder how he passed the exam. I wonder how he failed, right? We keep wondering all day long, and that's why we start these questions with wonder. Making suggestions, that's very interesting actually. Making suggestions, right? Advice. Actually, in the form of questions, we ask the advice for others, right? Okay. Suppose a friend has grown long hair and it doesn't suit him. Okay. Then I'm saying, hey, why don't you have your hair cut? Why don't you have your hair cut? Why don't you have your hair cut? This is suggestion questions. Why don't you listen to me? Why don't you understand me? Why don't you play volleyball? Why don't you learn English? Why don't you? That's called suggestion questions. Actually, in the form of question, it's an advice. Like, next one is idiomatic. Why the name of this question is idiomatic questions? It's very easy to understand, because we use one idiom to make questions. Actually, we start with what, why, how, right? Then plus on earth, and then we make a question. That's why it's called idiomatic question. I would like to give you an example. What on earth made you think like that? Made you think so, right? What on earth made you think so? What on earth made you think so? Keep in mind, these idiomatic questions, we have a limited formula. We are using what, why, how, etc. plus on earth, and then we are making rest of the questions. So what on earth made you think so? What on earth made him do so? What on earth, who on earth made him the captain of this team? Who on earth made him the captain of that team, right? Okay, these are all 9 questions. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's very interesting. Watch it, share it, and don't forget to comment and like. And if you have subscribed to my channel, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.